Hello everyone, welcome to the IAS Mentor Old History series. In this video, we will cover Russian Revolution, chapter number 11 in that Russian Revolution. Let us see what are the causes and consequences from the UPSC examination points. From the UPSC examination point, only two elements. One theme is what are the causes? Why? Another one, consequences. What happened after that? Very important question, because Russian Revolution affected Indian politics also during freedom struggle. Communist parties emerged in India. They have direct inspiration. They took direct inspiration from Russian Revolution. Therefore, it is very, very crucial to understand what are various causes and consequences of Russian Revolution. Let us see various images. Identify this. Could you see some of the images of Russian Revolution? The leader who led this great revolution was Lenin. Bolshevik party. He symbolized the protest of the people through Bolshevik party. Let us see why it happened. This has become a very phenomenal movement in human history itself. Like French Revolution, Russian Revolution occupied a similar kind of impact in human history. French Revolution happened long ago. French Revolution in 1789. Now we are in 1917, Russian Revolution. In fact, it is a continuation of the spirit of revolution. This French Revolution, it talks about political freedom. Talks about political freedom and social freedom when it comes to this economic freedom. The major goal of Russian Revolution is economic freedom. In our Indian Constitution also, both goals were incorporated. From French Revolution, inspiration, some ideals inspired Indian leaders. Russian Revolution, economic freedom principles highlighted. How this happened? This revolution ended almost 300 years of dynasty. There was a dynasty called Romanov dynasty, like in case of India, like Mughal dynasty, Gupta dynasty, Mauryan dynasty. In case of India, like dynasties were there. In Russia also, there was a powerful dynasty called Romanov dynasty. They were ruling Russian Empire for 300 years. That came to an end with this Russian Revolution. A new Russian society was born. Let's see this. This is Russia. Identify this. When it comes to Russia, to understand why this happened, why such a revolution happened, why people have overthrown monarchy, and even royal family members were killed during this revolution. Even in French Revolution also happened. Why this much anger? Why people were having this much anger? What were their problem? Similar kind of anger is there in different places. There also Russian Revolution inspired. Why? What kind of society they were living in 1917? This is the map of present-day Russia. Here the capital, St. Petersburg. Now when it comes to Russian society, in 1800s and 1900s, a different kind of social setup was there. Like everywhere. Only it is happening one after the other if you identify. United Kingdom has its own history. France has its own history. Germany, Italy, everywhere. Different areas have their own different history. Similarly, this area is also having its own history. In 1800s, the Russian society was more backward than this part. It is more backward. While European countries, the Western European countries were progressing, whereas Russia was still in the backward status. That backward status continued till 1900, early 1900. That's why this had a different kind of social setup in comparison with this. The ideas of French Revolution also gradually move here because it is not directly related to this area. It takes some time to enter into this area. To analyze causes, we have to see what is the social setup, economic setup, political setup, and so on. Like everywhere, before Renaissance, Russian people also believe in, let me draw, and this is Europe, Russia, like everywhere. Here also, God. God is very universal phenomena. Across societies, people are fearful of the God. Now, when common people are ignorant, when common people are fearful of God, some people have taken the God concept to their benefit, to their advantage. Monarch. Monarch says, I am representing God. I am representing God. He says, God blessed him to become the ruler. And it is their divine right, God's mandate, that I am ruling this land not for my sake, for God's sake. I am ruling because God mandated me to rule you. This is set up everywhere. And in fact, this is the same setup in France also. You can tell such kind of stories as long as people do not question that. In Renaissance period, in Enlightenment phase, all these are questioned. That's why French monarchy disappeared. Now the turn is coming for a Russian land also. Monarch. Now, if the monarch is believing in this, who is going to become very powerful beside monarch? Religious people. Religious priests. These are the people who continuously promote the idea of divine rights. Name could be different. Here, in case of India, Pandit it could be. In case of Islamic kingdom, it could be ulema. And in case of Christian kingdom, it is father. Names are different, but ultimately they are the religious priests. Now, they interpret Bible, Quran, Vedas, Dharma Shastras, epics in case of India, because we are connecting, I am trying to connect with India. Whatever happens outside, Indians are also going to compare Indian society and Russian society. When Russian society revolted, why not Indian society also against these social evils, economic evils? Religious priests, Bible, they interpret in such a way that people should not question monarch authority. Now, they will have some people called nobles or feudal lords. Feudal lords with religious people, with nobles, they used to maintain complete control of the land. Monarchs, complete control. This is known as absolute monarchy. Absolute monarchy means no one is above the king, no one should question the king. Whatever king says, everybody should follow. There is no other questioning. Absolute. As a result, authoritarianism will grow. Authority everywhere. Now suppose if you take distant areas also, people are living here, but king is living here. People are living everywhere. This power, this authority will flow everywhere. Nobody can question it. In respect to every village, every city, there are people who used to wield this authority, this power. For example, here, landlord or feudal lord. This feudal lord hold lot of land, whereas peasants were bonded laborers. On what basis landlords, feudal lords control the peasants means this feudal lord will have direct connection with the royal authority. They maintain their own military army, and through that peasants are getting controlled. Now peasants are fearful of the force. So through force, this kind of system is working through force. Religious, the ideology, they maintain this hold through force. They maintain strong army. They maintain secret police, spies. If anyone question this existing setup, now immediately the spies will give the information, police will brutally beat them, and if it goes beyond the police control, next army will come and shoot them. This is how the massacre, that's how. If one person revolt, immediately imprison or execute. If many people revolt, massacre them. If one such kind of massacre take place, naturally the other people are going to be fearful. Now they will not raise any voice. Through force. Common people were not able to do anything in this kind of system because of this authoritarianism, absolute monarchy. Through army, police, spies, people were brutally controlled by the state. Now when this kind of atmosphere, then how come all of a sudden one day revolution happened? Common powerless peasants, powerless workers, they destroyed the feudal lord. They attacked them. They brutally attacked the feudal lord and taken the land. They told, we are working on this land, we are the owners. You are just enjoying, you are enjoying a luxurious life, lavish life on our hard work. It will not be. No more we will accept it. We are working very hard. This land belongs to us. Workers also told to the owners of the factory, we are working hard, but when it comes to salaries, you are not giving even basic wages. Attacking them. People attacked the church, lands taken from the church, and they attacked the church people also. They did not leave even monarch also, they even shoot monarch also. That is what happened exactly. When this kind of system is there, one day people have shown their anger by attacking this system. They have completely destroyed this order, social order completely. For writing the examination, I am going to give you the structure like political causes, economic causes, religious causes, and so on. But the fundamental structure is this. The core issue is like this. Now, whoever read Russian Revolution, and they will compare their societies also. For example, in China, a leader called Mao Zedong, he has seen Chinese society. And again, in Chinese society also similar structure is there. And there also he led peasants and he revolted against the system and created a Chinese revolution. In this atmosphere also, Lenin mobilized the people and created a Russian revolution. In France also similar system was there, French revolution took place. Now when someone read about Russian revolution, in India also similar kind of system, only name will be different. In Hindi, in Bengali, in Tamil, Telugu, different name will be there. But the structure will not change. They are called zemindars. They are feudal lords. They are called pandits or religious people, ulemas, who are controlling the common people through their ideologies, and land is under their control. Power is under their control. Monarchs, they were controlling the people by saying this, they are having the divine right, no one should question them. If anybody question, army will come, police will come and immediately arrest them, imprison them, execute them brutally, massacre if a group protest happens. That is how with fear only people were ruling. In India also, some people inspired by this and they also established communist groups and they also wanted similar kind of revolution. At that time, British Empire was there. British Empire was fearful of this. That's why British administration was hunting the communists wherever they were there. That is how, this is how the crux. Now, for the examination point of view, how to write this? Causes. Causes. Political factors. Political factors. Political means who is ruling the country. Monarch. Divine rights. Absolute powers. Absolute powers. Ruling with fear. Ruling with fear. Now this also, nepotism, corruption in the administration. Nobles enjoy power. Nobles enjoy power. And they are living a lavish life. How they are living lavish life? Who is paying the taxes? People are paying the taxes. Whereas people life is different. They are living in poverty. These people are living in lavish life. And they are wasting the resources. Hunting parties, banquets. They live in luxurious inns, castles, whereas common people are working like slaves. Taxes. Common people, middle class, not given opportunity in administration. This is how the system. No representation. No representation, like no kind of parliament, no representative body, where people have no voice, voiceless. Common people have the problems, then who will go and tell the king? There is no other mechanism. This is how. When it comes to economic factors, in 1800s, serfdom. Serfdom means a feudal order. Land, estates were under one person. People were like slaves, were working, remain their life under control of one landlord. Serfdom. After some time, in 1860s, serfdom abolished. Now, peasants became free. Where will they go? Employment should be there, but semi-industrialized. Semi-industrialized. All these people were not able to get the employment. Unemployment. Whoever became worker of these industries or factories, now they are living in slums. Poor wages. Living standard is very poor. Health condition is very poor. In cities, this is the condition. In rural areas, serfdom or bonded labor. If they come out of the rural area, again in cities also this is the condition. Now, by 1900, poverty more, hunger more. Now, on one hand, when people are suffering from this, on the other hand, this rich life, rich and poor divide huge. Poor gap more. One day people are going to see this. We are also Russian, they are also Russian. How come we are working and paying the tax, but our life is like this, but their life is like this? These are the powerful people and these are the poor people. Now, society became like this. Social factors. When it comes to social factors, how the society became? Like royal family members. They live lavish life. Why? Divine right. By birth, they are there to rule. And royal family now, nobles who are close to royal family members, priests close to royal family members, close to authority. Now they will get protection. They will get luxury life, lavish life. They'll get good facilities, good post in administration, good salaries, and good position in society, high status in society. And when it comes to middle class, aspirations are there. Aspirations are there, but when it comes to administration, already nobles occupied their positions, middle class, no opportunity. Next, urban workers. How urban workers are there? When it comes to urban workers, they are living in slums, poor wages, and rural peasants, almost like bonded laborers. And urban workers exploited by the factory owners. Rural peasants exploited by the landlords. Middle class were not given chance to enter into the higher status. This is the society. Hierarchical. Social inequalities. By birth, some are enjoying good life and some people are lifelong are living in poverty, abject poverty. And naturally, it is not going to be there forever. Some people are going to protest or not. Definitely, that is where intellectual factors. In India also, when British were telling these stories, common people did buy those stories for some time, but after some time, revolution started. Infinite time, you cannot perpetually, you cannot continuously exploit the people forever. One day, people are going to become aware. But common people will not get awareness without a section called intellectual section. That's why intellectual factors. Intellectual factors. If I draw one timeline, when it comes to 1789, French Revolution started. Ideals of equality, liberty, fraternity. They became very foundational slogan of French Revolution. These ideas went to Russia also. But whoever talk about equality, liberty, fraternity, immediately they were crushed. When it comes to religion, Orthodox Christianity, very strong. And they were not allowing any kind of new idea. Next, 1815, Napoleon fall. Once again, conservatism prevailed. Vienna Congress. Conservative elements, Russian Tsar also became once again powerful. 1830, once again French Revolution. Awareness about liberalism, democracy, secularism becoming more and more popular, again crushed. 1848, again French Revolution happened. Now this time revolution is something different. New ideas also started, that is communist Manifesto by Karl Marx. Already some socialist thinkers were there. Socialism ideas. They were talking about distribution of wealth. Distribution of wealth. Wealth should not be in the hands of the people. It should be distributed. And someone is giving, by birth everyone is equal. Now why this kind of differentiation? Discrimination should not be there. Everyone should get the equal opportunity. Ideas are flowing. These ideas are coming from France, Germany, from the Western Europe, England, everywhere. Even Tsars were also sometime influenced by these winds of change, new ideas, liberal ideas. 1861, serfdom was also abolished. When people are talking about equality, liberty, fraternity, liberalism, secularism, democracy, Tsars also somewhat first enlightened, they abolished. But whatever reforms they are bringing, it did not change, it did not alter the society. Same nobles, same priests, same kind of poor conditions, it did not change. Some radical, educated, intellectual people, they became so radical because the idea of radicalism is growing. People like Karl Marx was giving the idea that this society will not change if we keep on demanding them. We have to overthrow it with violent means. When such kind of ideologies are becoming more and more stronger every decade, in Russia also people got more inspiration from them. A new kind of movement called nihilism emerged. It's a radical movement. Means this society cannot be reformed, it has to be destroyed. So there is no scope for reformation, it has to be destroyed. Nihilism. They believe in complete anarchy. If you want to reform, if you want to improve the status, you should not believe in this monarchy, this is church, this nobility, this feudal lord. Everything destroy. Then, so that everybody will become like a common people, then everyone will have the opportunity to grow. Nihilism, anarchy. They started attacking the unpopular officials, nobles, and feudal lords. They even targeted even the monarch himself. Tsar himself was assassinated by them in 1880s. Now, if Tsar himself was assassinated, now in the royal family, the anger will intensify further. Now, whatever liberalism that was prevailing little bit, they stopped taking that and they became even more conservative. By 1900s, state become very powerful. Royal family become very powerful. If someone talk about any kind of reformation, arrest them. If someone says about nihilism, imprison them to Siberian jails. And even if there is some kind of revolutionary emotion, execute them. That kind of atmosphere. But in 1905, a revolution started. People came to the streets. Common people are still believing monarch like a little father. He is like a father figure. Divine right? Because that is what the monarchies used to always express themselves as the divine right theory concept. They are the representatives of the God. Common people believe in this similar kind of beliefs. That's why they still believing king is like a father. If we go to the father, then he may resolve the problem like poverty, unemployment, high inflation, health problem. This kind of problems were there. When they want to meet monarch in 1905, already because of this kind of atmosphere, monarch was very much afraid, and his royal guards at the entrance gates of the royal family, they did not allow these people enter into the royal palace. When they protested, they opened the fire and now many people died. This became Bloody Sunday. Bloody massacre. Now common people who are still, even though their life is under poverty, still they were respecting the monarchy. That respect also gone in 1905. What Russian emperor is doing? He started war with Japan to express, to highlight his power, authority. Now who will pay the tax? Russian common people only. Now, if this war brings some kind of honor, victory, then they would have respected king. But on the other hand, Japan defeated Russia. That respect also gone. When someone is going to meet him, considering him as father, now he opened the bullets. In case of India, also something like Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Massacre took place. Bloody Sunday. Bloody Sunday, Russia. 1905. When people were just to express their grievances, when they went, they opened. As a result, they massacred. Now, whatever respect that was there on monarchy, that has gone. People were not having any kind of voice to represent, to go and tell the king, voiceless. That's where that incident pressurized monarchy also should listen to the voices of the people. He created a parliamentary system called Duma. It's like parliament. But again, the intention is not to represent the people in this parliament. It's only just to satisfy, because some revolutionary fervor is going on. Just that's why to satisfy it. King did not respect it. That was going on next continuously for next decade. In 1914, war took place. What is that war? World War I. World War I. Russian emperor wanted to expand his empire, wanted to prove that he is very powerful and he want to bring the glory. Rather bringing the glory, the war is creating so many dead bodies. Soldiers who are going to the war front, so they are not coming back. They are coming as dead bodies. And the families who sent their children as the soldiers, now what they are getting in return? For whom they are fighting? This atmosphere has changed by 1914. Meanwhile, communist, socialist ideals, radical ideas growing further and further. In 1917, when war is going on war fronts, here, this is how. When war is going on here, only military is continuously facing the severe losses, human loss. On top of it, economic losses. You have to spend a lot of money, taxpayers' money. On the other hand, common people, what they were suffering from poverty, hunger, no food, food riots took place. In 1917, people now vexed with this kind of politics. People started attacking feudal lords, taken the lands, attacked the church, taken the lands, even attacked the royal family also. They have removed a royal family member. Liberals took the control. They have given the slogan like, we need land, we need peace, we need bread. This was the slogan. People are suffering from hunger, we need bread. People don't want any kind of war. When we are facing this many problems, we don't want any war, peace. Landless laborers and land is not there. That's why we have become poor. If we get land and we become prosperous. Common people, common workers, even soldiers also, when they were protesting, even soldiers also stopped firing against them. Because in 1905 they fired. Now in 1917, soldiers themselves sided with the protesters. Now, completely this has ended Romanov dynasty. It's known as end of Romanov dynasty. For the last 300 years, they were ruling Russia, that came to an end. Now, new people came to power, liberal socialists came to power, who wanted to bring land, peace, bread. Even though this government came, this came in February 1917. But when this government came, instead of reforming this system, they did not reform it very fastly. War was continuing, land reforms were not taken, still hunger riots were going on. This is where even more radical wing called Bolsheviks, who believed in strongly communist ideology of Karl Marx, led by Lenin. This is February, it happened. In October 1917, he mobilized common people like peasants and workers. He mobilized peasants and workers. Peasants who were suffering from landlords, workers who are suffering from feudal factory owners, they are the backbone of this party. When it comes to liberals, middle class were also there. They are slow in reforming the society. Now, even more radical organization, radical party, Bolsheviks, under the leadership of Lenin, they led coup against this government and they established a new kind of state. That is a Bolshevik state, communist state, socialist communist state, as per the principles of Karl Marx, they tried to establish. The moment they came, royal family members were arrested earlier. Now they were also executed by the new Bolshevik party members. They have taken the land from the landlords. Church lands were taken. And immediately war stopped. They made sign agreement with Germany and stopped the war. Land, peace, bread. Under the leadership of Lenin, he gave bread to the people, peace to the people, and land to the people. This is how Russian Revolution happened in 1917. Now, if you are attacking church father will be happy? No, they are going to protest. They are going to, when they are attacked violently, they are also going to create their own army to safeguard their interest, to safeguard their property, their life, their status. Similarly, royal family members, when royal family members were executed, now the supporters of the royal family members got astonished by this fact and they are now wanted to eliminate the party under the leadership of Lenin. The feudal lords who were traditionally enjoying the control over the lands, now they became landless. Now they have created their own army to fight and get back their lands. Now it divided society into two groups. Civil war started. Civil war. Those who were traditionally enjoying, royal family members, priestly class, nobles, feudal lords, on one side they are called whites. Peasants, workers, poor people, they are called reds. Red revolution. Bolsheviks versus whites, civil war happened. Civil war. Even foreigners also interfered in this, because this kind of revolution is very dangerous for the rest of Europe also. Similar, like they are also now afraid that like French Revolution, it is going to disturb again European peace. That's why they also supported the old section of the people. Foreign intervention also happened. It led to civil war. From 1917 to 1921, civil war. Finally, civil war settled down. Lenin leadership completely prevailed and he took the reforms, and this reform is known as war communism. War communism. After settling the matters, once again he started reforming the society. After Lenin, Stalin came and he wanted to build society based on communist principles where land has to be nationalized. All resources belong to the state and the state will plan everything, and accordingly new society, new economic setup will be created. Accordingly, under the leadership of Stalin, 5-year plans were created. It progressed industrially, it progressed economically. Poverty a little bit improved, and the economic, social inequalities, economic inequalities which were prevailing there, they tried to improve it. This has inspired other parts of the globe as well. This story inspired other parts of the globe as well, because similar society was there in India also. Some people got inspired and established the Communist Party. In China also similar problem was there. Under leadership of Mao, similar movement started. In Vietnam also similar society was there. There also Ho Chi Minh, under the leadership of Ho Chi Minh, it established. It influenced America also. It influenced America also. There also communist movements started. It influenced United Kingdom also. Communism, communist socialist became very strong in the politics of United Kingdom. In Germany also they became. Italy also, France also. Across Europe, the communist movements started. Now the traditional elites were now afraid of this communism. After Second World War, this even led to Cold War between capitalists versus communists. So this is how the story of Russian Revolution. We have understood factors. Now consequences: end of politically, end of Romanov dynasty; economically, distribution of resources; socially, end of hierarchies; internationally, it has inspired revolutions across the globe, and in many places communist revolutions started. Communist ideology became very, very powerful. So with that, we will end this topic, that is Russian Revolution. All right. I hope it's very clear for you. With this, chapter 11, Russian Revolution, we have completed. In next video, we will see interwar period. Interwar period, what has happened between World War I and World War II. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much.